Thank you all for the opportunity to testify before this task force on constitutional rights and exposing institutional abuses. The Cato Institute's half-century of research has shown that when constitutional rights are secure, people, whatever their ancestry, background, or birthplace, can thrive. Unfortunately, our current immigration policy is indeed leading to constitutional abuses. Courts have found that DHS has likely violated at least the First, Fourth, Fifth, 10th, and 14th Amendments to the U.S. Constitution, as well as the spending power, the taxing power, the writ of habeas corpus. DHS agents invade homes without judicial warrants. They arrest and detain legal immigrants, U.S. citizens, and others without evidence of a violation of law. They detain Americans based on their perceived demographics and race. They deport legal immigrants for their speech, and they threaten Americans who record and protest the abuses. DHS agents pumped 10 bullets into U.S. citizen Alex Preddy, a nurse for veterans who was peacefully protesting. Yet officials immediately labeled him a terrorist simply for lawfully possessing a firearm while protesting, a complete repudiation of the Second Amendment. DHS has arrested and falsely accused dozens, maybe hundreds of people of assaults, only for charges to be dismissed when their lies were exposed. In fact, most people that DHS has publicly accused of assault were never even charged, let alone convicted. Willful deprivations of constitutional rights under color of law are crimes under Section 242 of Title 18 of the U.S. Code. Yet the violations continue. Why? Amnesty. Whatever this hearing's intent, the amnesty happening now is not for immigrants. It's for government agents who violate the Constitution with impunity. The amnesty has 5 main causes. First, DHS has gutted internal review mechanisms by, for example, firing 80% of the Civil Rights and Civil Liberties Office. Second, DHS regularly undermines state investigations by withholding evidence to protect its agents who hide behind their masks. Third, DHS has repeatedly ignored court orders. And last week, the new DHS secretary refused to repudiate that behavior under oath. Fourth, DHS has imposed multiple unconstitutional policies in secret, thwarting judicial review. Fifth, and perhaps most importantly, the administration tells DHS agents they have absolute immunity and won't be held to account. The president's pardons for his allies further embolden rogue agents. So what recourse do citizens have? Sadly, very little. First, you could request a court injunction. Americans believe, somewhat naively, that if a policy is illegal, you can just go to a court and ask them to stop it. In reality, your rights having been violated is insufficient. You need to show that you're likely to be targeted again, and that blocking the policy is the only way to achieve that goal. Unless the government admits it will go after you, that's a huge barrier to stopping the policy. And even if you win, DHS is often free to continue the policy against other people in other places. That's because the Supreme Court's decision last year that no statute permits universal injunctions by district courts. Your second option is to sue the agents for damages. But since federal law only allows suits against state agents, not federal ones, there is effectively no way to sue DHS agents for constitutional violations in federal court at all, no matter how egregious the crime. That's the real amnesty. It's not amnesty when immigrants follow the laws and procedures set up by Congress for them to get vetted and get on the right side of the law. It is amnesty when government agents violate the law and our constitutional rights with impunity. The opposite of amnesty is accountability. Instead of targeting peaceful immigrants, Congress should end the amnesty for DHS agents by allowing Americans to vindicate our rights in court. Thank you.